Last year when I hit 500 subscribers, it was so crazy to me because I didn't think I'd get past like 10 subscribers. I was stuck at 10 subscribers for months, and out of nowhere, FGO took off, and in 6 months, I hit 1,000 subscribers, which blew me away. I grew so fast, well, faster than I thought I ever could. And by the end of 2021, I had 3,000 subscribers, which I still can't even fathom how I did that. So here we are, 4 months into 2022, and I have hit 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. Guys, I just want to say thank you so very much for subscribing, for believing in the content. I really do appreciate every single one of you. I wish I could hug you, but that's 4,000 hugs and I don't want to do that. I asked you guys on YouTube and on Discord to leave me any questions and I'll be answering them in this video. I'm not going to be answering all of them because I got combined on Discord and on YouTube, I probably got about 70 questions. It was a lot. I didn't count how many I chose, so I'm just gonna have to see. This may be a long video, so by all means, sit back, relax, get comfortable, get something to eat. How about a drink? And without further ado, let's answer your deep personal questions that at very times got emotional, such as credit card number? Roses, go fuck yourself. Okay, for real though, what's the next question? Why are you gay? Oh, for fuck. John Edward01 asks, how are you doing today? Well, John, I am doing pretty great today. Thank you for asking. Server Judge asks, favorite car seat headrest album? Now, I'm sorry, V, that I'm gonna say this. I don't know if you agree with me, but I'm gonna have to give it to Twin Fantasy. I really don't like albums that are over an hour because you're requiring way too much attention from me, and to sit down and listening to an hour-long album is just insane. But this is one that goes by, it doesn't even feel like it's an hour. The lyrics are gorgeous, the beats are just so beautifully layered. The production, the mixing, the mastering on this thing is insane. I do think it's their best work, and if you had to ask me what their second best album is, I'm gonna have to go for Teens of Style, but Twin Fantasy, in my opinion, just has the better production. And let's not forget that it has the infamous Famous Prophets, a 16-minute masterpiece, in my opinion. Bat asks, what are some things you like to do for fun besides editing and making videos? Also, what are some of your favorite pieces of music besides Kanye and Amy? So on my free time, if I'm not making videos, I do make music. I am a self-taught producer. Well, I say self-taught like I taught myself absolutely everything. No, I'm learning music theory from YouTube and just from reading articles and stuff like that. And of course, I did learn a lot of tutorials on how to use the MPK, how to use FL Studio and stuff like that. But mainly, I make all my melodies, I make all my beats myself. And aside from music, I really do like to just go out with friends, whether it be to a city, watch movies, catch up in a cafe, get some coffee, whatever it is. And what are some of your favorite pieces of music by Kanye and Amy? So if you don't know who they are, he's talking about Kanye West and Amy Winehouse, who are my top two artists of all time. So by music pieces, I'm pretty sure you're talking about albums or just songs in general. If I was to list a few albums, I would have to put Kid A by Radiohead is up there. The Black Parade by MCR, which I do think is a masterpiece. I enjoy the entirety of Kira Benito's discography. I do not think they have one bad song. They are insane. This one may be controversial, but Halsey's latest album, If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power, I do think it's great. I know a lot of people think it's a mediocre album, but I was pretty happy with the outcome. I do wish that Atticus and Treshner doubled down on the whole production. If you didn't know, they produced the album for The Social Network, at least the OST, and that OST is amazing. So I was just imagining, okay, you have Halsey's vocals over that type of beat, that should be a masterpiece, right? It wasn't, but it's enjoyable music. I do bump it every now and then, and yeah, it's great. And of course, you can't forget about classics like Frank Sinatra, Leslie Gore. You have Frankie Valli in there. I mean, who else? I'm just name dropping at this point. Ray Charles, Bob Dylan, Beatles I put up there as well. Beach Boys, I could go on. Astrom asks, what got you into Fate FGO community, and what is your philosophy for creating content for the game? P.S. Give me blessing for my NP3 Voyager attempts later next week. I am telling you right now, Astrom, you're going to NP5 Voyager in 2 multis, bruh. So the first part of that question, what got me into FGO, is one that I got asked quite a bit, so let me just answer it right now. There is a YouTuber who went by the name Heavenly Controller, and now he just goes by Heavenly. He made a lot of anime videos, and he played a lot of Overwatch back in the day. And I was just, going through the channel, seeing what videos I haven't seen, and he had a video about Fate, which if I can find it, I'll put it up on the screen right now. And I thought the thumbnail looked interesting, so I clicked it, and I saw the gameplay, and I actually thought the gameplay looked pretty fun, even though it's pretty simple. I downloaded it, and the rest is history. And as for my philosophy for creating content, I just don't want it to be boring. So I just try to make every video as enjoyable as possible and as entertaining, and if it's not entertaining to you, then I have failed. Sable Tired Juvenile Loner asks, what are your big life goals moving forward? Can range from silly to inspiring. This is another question that I was asked quite a lot, and without getting too deep into it, I would love, like my dream in life is to be part of the music industry. Like my whole end game is to be an artist slash producer, you know, so I write my own lyrics, I make my own beats, I mix everything, I master everything myself, I sample everything myself. And if it sounds familiar, it's because my biggest inspirations are what Kanye West, Dr. Dre, Tyler the Creator, Pharrell Williams. I would even put Salam Remy up there, Mark Ronson too. Just people who pretty much do everything themselves, and that is just so insane because nobody is going to understand you more than you. So you could make everything exactly how you want it to sound, and that is just a dream to me, man. So yeah, to put it simple, I would love to be an artist producer in the future. And going on another music question, when are you going to sing for us? Do you guys remember that one part in Careless Whisper that goes, and lead you to the dance floor as the music dies, something in your eyes calls to mind a silver screen and all its sad goodbyes. I love it. Yojimaki asks, does your face really look like an emoji? Let me pose this picture right here. Does it? I feel like it kind of does. Also, that hair though. Gamer Wim asks, do you have any money for hobbies besides Fate? Yes, I most certainly do. Another hobby of mine is vinyl record hunting and collecting. I love just going to record stores and just different like swap meets and stuff like that. Sometimes you can find some good stuff. But if any of you guys are into collecting vinyl records, then you know it is very expensive because depending on the album and the year it came out and how like popular it is, these albums can go for crazy amounts of money. I know Is This It by The Strokes. It's very hard to find, and if you do find it, you can't really find it for cheap unless you negotiate with somebody. I think Kid A is also up there as well. I think that album goes for quite a lot. It was like 40-50 bucks. I could be wrong, but that's the price I see it usually. What's that one album by the Velvet Underground with the banana on it? I have it because I found it in a Barnes & Noble actually, but I know that album, it's not necessarily hard to find, but it goes upwards of $60, and I think I paid $65 for it, which is nuts. But yes, I do have money for other hobbies. Sandwich asks, congrats on the 4K, man, you deserve it. Why did you start spending money on FGO? Was it a banner that just wouldn't give you a servant or a random budget you don't mind spending for a game you like? So I spend money on FGO simply because I just like it. If I like a game and I know I'm going to be investing a lot of time into it, then I really don't mind putting in money, but this game I think is the most money I've spent, period. Usually for other games I'll throw a couple bucks in there, but this game I have gone over, I'm approaching like almost $5,000 spent on this game, which is insane. Now, I have no idea how to pronounce this name, but they are asking, one day walking along the streets of my city at night and smoking a cigarette, I thought about the meaning of life, where evil and why evil comes from, why a person. And the conclusion was this: I'm an idiot who just wanted to ask how the idea to create a channel was born and wrote nonsense unrelated to this question in order to get into the video. Congrats on 4K. Well, my friend, it worked because you are in this video. So the idea for the channel isn't anything special. I was just like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber, and that's where it ends. Bipolar Satan asks, as a content creator, for lack of a better term, have you had any personal anxiety or difficulty posting videos due to some idea in your head that isn't good or entertaining enough? And if so, do you still feel that way, or have you gained confidence in your abilities as your following grew? My friend, this is an excellent question. So yeah, of course I do. I think a lot of content creators do, not even just limited to content creators. I could go for anybody in the public eye. I think what I'm personally scared of is failure. See, if you have like 10, 15, I'd even go up to 100 subscribers and your video doesn't get views, whatever, you're not going to think about it. You're just going to make another one and you're going to keep doing it, and eventually one's going to pop off. No one's going to care. But if you have 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 subscribers, even more than that, and your videos just aren't reaching the audience that you want to and the numbers that you want to see, then it takes a bigger toll on you because you're like, holy shit, you know, this is public. People can see, oh my God, my video isn't performing well. And then you think to yourself, am I just not funny enough? Is my editing not good enough? And so these are all the things that go through my head when I'm making a video. And that's why I'm kind of scared to branch out of FGO, even though I really want to, because you want to think to yourself, okay, I need to fail once, and then once things start to pick up, I'm good. You know, you don't want to repeat the past. Unfortunately, you just have to keep failing, man. Listen, no one in this world is perfect. Nobody is just the human being. I can say that with time I have gotten better. I remember when my audience started to get larger, I did start feeling very like visibly nervous when I was recording, because I'm like, oh my god, people are actually seeing this. It's no longer just 5, 6 people who are in my family. What if they leave a mean comment? What if they say this? What if they say that? What if they think I'm not funny? But the more I've done this, I have grown. I am more confident now, but I still haven't reached that level of confidence where I just say fuck it. But I'm working on it. Great question, man. Seriously. Quetzalcoatl asks, do you spend money in some shares, stock like Tesla or Apple? Yes, I do heavily invest in the stock market. I'm not going to be giving any sort of financial advice because I am not qualified for that, but I would say do your research if you want to get into it, and be mindful of how much you're investing, what your budget is, because you really don't want to lose money, because you can lose your money at any point if you don't know what you're doing. And even if you do know what you're doing, the stocks are just so unpredictable that you could lose thousands in a flash. So yeah, just be careful with that. B asks, I know this is kind of deep, but what is your favorite motto in life? Other than that, another question, Hokusai or Hokusai Saber? First of all, Hokusai is Hokusai, so please don't make me choose. And what is my favorite motto in life? I remember there's a quote by Amy Winehouse that goes, any bad situation is a blues song waiting to happen. And I live by that. Alejandro Ruiz asks, congrats on the 4K. I'm curious, do you have any pets? I do. I have 4 dogs, 1 cat, a rabbit, or a bunny, and 2 birds. It is a whole freaking zoo in my household, man. The Real True Neutral asks, what gotcha disaster would you reverse if you could? This is very simple for me. Squirtoria. I spent almost 700 quartz on Squirtoria and nothing. I ended up getting, I think, like NP2 Martha, which is fine, but I hardly ever use her. And had I known I wouldn't have gone Squirtoria, I would have just saved those quartz for something else, man. Hato S asks, how do I get good at FGO? You spend money, homie. Also, what class would Kanye be in FGO? I'm thinking Alter Ego or Berserk. So Kanye West is bipolar in real life, so technically speaking, he is already a Jekyll and Hyde type character, so I would say he would be a berserker, sorry. Ektraus asks, when did you start getting into Hokusai? I'm just gonna assume you're talking about the FGO Hokusai. Well, I play JP, and I can't remember what I was doing, but I saw Hokusai on a support friends list, and I was like, holy shit, it was love at first sight. And yeah, that's where the relationship all started. And I know I sound very, very, very sad. And another Hokusai question, Temper asks, congrats on 4K, man. As a question, since Hokusai is the face of your channel, what is your favorite Hokusai work? Now, I know a lot of these have weird names because, you know, they're Japanese, so I have trouble remembering those, but at the top of my head, there's Boy on Mount Fuji. There is Great Wave off Kanagawa. I think that's how you say it. There's one about Yoshitsune with a horse. It's like a waterfall, I think. Or is it a lake? I don't know. If I find any of these, I'm going to be putting them on the screen because I know I'm going to butcher some of the names. And there's one that I don't remember what it looks like, but it looks like a scary, like a horror movie poster. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. And yeah, I would say those are some of the ones that I really, really like. Okay, first of all, your name is amazing, but Tendy's on hold asks, will you ever stream rolls? Yes, I will. Asleep asks, congrats, man, well deserved. Question, if you could choose one Servant or Type Moon character in general to be with you for the rest of your life, who would it be? You can choose what type of relationship to have with them. Bro, just choose Gilgamesh. Do you know how rich this motherfucker is? And as for type of relationship, well, I do happen to be single. I've been hearing you talk in Spanish. Did you learn it since you were in elementary school? Also, she shows best waifu. No, she isn't. So I talk in Spanish because my dad is from Mexico and my mom is from Guatemala. Entonces sí, mi español es perfecto y yo creo que es perfecto porque lo he hablado toda mi vida. Y los que hablan español, por favor, díganlo en los comentarios aquí abajo porque los amo a todos, especialmente a mis paisanos. Loved by Lady Luck, awesome name, dude. Asks, best worst fast food restaurants. The best fast food restaurant, I may be cheating, but Five Guys, it's a fast food restaurant. I don't care if it takes 20 minutes to get your food, it's a fast food restaurant. The worst is Burger King, it's just a piece of shit. And I'm neutral about Wendy's and Jack in the Box. Like, I wouldn't eat there, but if someone took me there, I wouldn't be mad about it. I'd just be like, all right, I'll just eat this bland ass food. Had you a wife or husband, who would the dishes be washed by, you or her, him? There should be some sort of mutual understanding where, you know, this doesn't even have to be something you talk about. I think you should be considerate about what plate you used and, you know, that you should just wash it after you're done. You know, that's what I already do. But if both of you make like a big meal, you know, multiple dishes, then just do it together. I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing the dishes because I already do that anyways. And just throw on some music and you're good. It's a whole vibe, man. I'm telling you. Imagine Breaker asks, what other games are you playing besides FGO? Well, right now I don't really have much time for video games, but I do play Paladins. I play Destiny 2. If I'm with the homies, I play golf with friends. I still play Overwatch. I do replay a lot of games like what Nier, Persona 5. There's a whole lot more that I can't get into, but yeah, those are pretty much like the main ones that I play. Hano asks, nice. My question, what's your first SSR and first SSR spook on a limited banner? Well, you're in luck because my first SSR also happens to be my first SSR spook on a limited banner. I don't remember if this was 2017 or 2018, but I was like 3-4 months into the game and Jalter was the very first limited banner that I ever rolled on, and that's the first banner that I actually saved up for. I had heard she was very good, so I threw like, I think, one multi, and in the first multi I pulled Artoria. Freaking Artoria, bro. Which isn't technically a spook since she's not an Avenger, but whatever. How many Avengers can you actually pull, man? Come on. Especially at that time too. I didn't think there was, I'm pretty sure Jalter was like the only one. Something like that. Orpheus1001 asks, have you been to any other city? If yes, how would you compare it to LA? I'm pretty sure you're talking about like if I've traveled and, you know, stayed in a certain city a good amount of times. If so, then yes, I have been to different cities there. I mean, there's really not much difference between cities, you know? They're very big. There's a lot of people. But one thing I can say about comparing it to LA is that LA just feels so different to me. I don't want to sound like I'm losing my mind, but LA just feels like a character. It sounds crazy, but to me, LA is just so diverse. The people in there, I mean, you take a walk by North Hollywood, you take a walk by Little Tokyo, you take a walk by downtown, the different styles, the different people, I've never seen anything like this in any other city. LA is just the best, man. I'm sorry. So this next question is a little weird because he said I could only read it once. So once I read that, I immediately stopped reading it just to save it for this video. So just take my word on it. I have not read it, but Heaven asks, all right, riddle question. Rules are you can only read it once. Read carefully, no cheating, okay? You're the bus driver. Bus had 37 passengers at the start. On the first, 17 passengers got in and 3 left. Fuck, I gotta do math. Okay, I'm just trying to keep this in my head. On second stop, 13 left and 21 got in. I already lost count. On the third stop, 3 left and 11 got in. On the fourth stop, no one left and 3 got in. So what is the age of the bus driver? Wasn't I the bus driver? Wouldn't the age of the bus driver just be whatever I'm? Or am I retarded? Did I miss something? And of course, I saved the best question and the most important question for last. Persephone Hades asks, obligatory congrats, lol. Anyways, do you put ketchup besides your fries or on your fries? If you put ketchup on your fries, you deserve to be locked up. Anyways, that is it for this Q&A. I had way too many comments. So the ones I didn't answer, I'm going to be responding to them after this video goes live. And once again, thank you very much for subscribing, for commenting, for liking, for watching the videos. It truly means the world to me. And who knows what the future may hold for us, man. I'm just happy that I've gotten this far and I can't believe it. I honestly can't. Anyways, I'm going to call it here because I've been recording for quite a while. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay wonderful, and as always, peace out.